My name is Karen Foust, and I'm the co-chair of the fundraising committee, and I'm giving a little testimonial today on why I pledged to the UUCC. I started attending the UCC roughly 16 years ago when my children were small. At the time, the church had an extremely vibrant RE program, and my kids started attending with me. The RE program wasn't the biggest thing that attracted me to the church, though. A friend of mine and I had been discussing our woes of feeling the need to be part of a larger community. She told me that she had recently begun attending the UUCC and invited me to come. Cheryl Ring was among the greeters that first day, and she immediately made me feel as though I were welcome. I pledge because I'm grateful. There were a few things that hooked me on this church. One, before the offering, there was the caveat that if this was my first or second time attending, to let the plate pass me by. I was your guest. Wow. I had always felt an aversion to the connection between churches and money. And here I was being told that, at least until I felt a bigger sense of the community, I didn't need to open my wallet. I was being supported and held. Two, at the end of the service during the benediction, everyone held hands, something that would be frowned upon in our post-COVID world, and I immediately felt a sense of belonging from this small touch, from people that I didn't know. Liberation from not being able to answer the big questions like, Mommy, where do people go when they die? 4, tolerance versus acceptance. I was raised Episcopalian. I was married in the Quaker faith, and tolerance was a theme of both. This was the first church I had been to where I began to feel a difference between tolerance and acceptance. And there is a big difference. As a busy mother, wife, and full-time career woman, this was a safe place to just sit with life and to begin to feel once again. I pledge because this is a place where I feel I belong. Over the next year, I joined the choir and the Fellowship of Pianists. Later, I was invited to be a worship associate. I've sat on the Stewardship committee, was invited to be chair of the discernment committee, was asked to be clerk of the board of trustees twice, and later became a member at large of the board. Even though I wasn't necessarily looking to be such an integral part of the community, I felt and still feel a sense of real belonging. I was very honored to hold these positions as they made me feel more and more connected to this community. But I can honestly say that nothing has made me feel more of a vibrant member of the UUCC than being co-chair of fundraising for the past 2.5 years. If anyone wants to talk about fundraising and the connections it creates, I can go on for quite a long time about that. You might even be talked into taking on a critical role. I pledge because I am connected. During the 2.5 years that the church was closed to in-person gatherings, I remained a pianist and recorded music for services, but I was really losing much of that connection that I had felt. Previous to the pandemic, our community had endured a dramatic schism. People felt hurt and misunderstood, and then we couldn't even continue to talk it through in person. There was perhaps a silver lining to that, and we survived. Just look at this beautiful and amazing community now. There are so many different ways to engage at UUCC, whether it be fundraising, hospitality, or social justice. There is something for everyone's skill and focus. We are more vibrant now than ever. I pledge to the UUCC, and have increased my pledge every year, even if only by a small amount, because I am constantly reminded that love abounds, there is reason for optimism, and no matter what happens, this community is a safe and supportive place to be, for me and for my family. I love that I've had the opportunity to discover things about myself, and that I always feel challenged to reflect on the ways in which I can be a better person. I pledge because I am grateful.